How do you think the audience weighs up or assesses the comments of leading lights of business? Because at the moment it feels like we're getting a reasonable breakdown on both sides of the story, so hard to weigh what the real business case is at this point, one way or the other.
Well, I think the reality is that the business world is very split on this issue. By and large, the big companies who tend to benefit from the scale of the European project and their ability to lobby in Brussels and to get the playing field tilted in their favour tend to be in favour of staying in. The more entrepreneurial, smaller companies, more fleet of foot, tend to be less enthusiastic. And I think this split is going to continue right up to the time when the referendum takes place. I don't think there's any definite, easy answer either way.
Where is the leadership then in this debate? Because I think you've probably had a similar experience to me as I canvass my friends who, by and large, I think are smart, intelligent, erudite individuals. They express confusion about the real information as to what is the best course of action for the country here. And I think one of the concerns is that the parties themselves are not giving clear leadership. I mean, apart from what Jeremy Corbyn has said on the left, you don't hear too many Labour MPs coming out and declaring one way or the other at the moment.
Well, I think all the political parties, but particularly the Conservative and Labour Party, are both very split on this issue. I mean, the question of our relationship with the European Union has never been one which has been easy to compartmentalise in one party or another. It's never been like that. Originally, when we first went into the European Union, or the Common Market as it was the Labour Party that was split and the Conservative Party very much in favour of staying in. Now that's swung round to being, broadly speaking, the other way. So you're not getting a clear clarion call from either party, I think, on what the best outcome of the Brexit affair should be.
So what criteria should people judge the rightness or wrongness of leaving?
Well, I think there are a number of issues which are fairly concrete. One is that the European Union is a very expensive club for us to be in. In 2014, it cost £11.4 billion, which is a very large sum of money. There obviously are problems about border control and very large numbers of people coming in from Eastern Europe to the UK. The numbers seem to be going up rather than going down. There are problems around democracy and control. There are problems of some of the structures in the European Union, how much money it spends on agriculture rather than other things. But I think perhaps the biggest thing of all is the general direction of travel, which is that the European Union is going to have to become much more federalised, much more centralised if the Eurozone is going to be kept in one piece. And I think this does provide quite substantial threats to the UK if we're outside. If we get the rest of the EU kind of caucusing against us, this does seem to be a very big problem.